Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a look outside our beautiful weather window today. And how about those crystal clear skies and beautiful blue skies as we look down from our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera. We like to refer to it as the cross camera, and what a gorgeous early September day around north central Washington. Temperatures very comfortable, not much wind to speak of out there. It was just nice, and enjoy it because we do have some changes on the way here in north central Washington weather-wise. In fact, Thursday night into Friday, there is a chance for showers and thunderstorms, be it all slight chance of rain showers Thursday night into Friday. That will be more over towards the Columbia Basin, you folks in Moses Lake and Ephrata and places east. We will cool down a little bit too into the mid-80s. And then this weekend, nice Saturday, but by Sunday and into Monday, we have a good chance for showers and a pretty major weather change as we move into the first part of next week with daytime highs next week only in the upper 60s and middle 70s. We'll talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A 19-year-old hiker from Spokane fell to his death in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness over the weekend. A 12-year-old Wenatchee middle school boy was arrested Monday after allegedly threatening to shoot up his school. And late-season fires continue to plague Okanagan County firefighters. But first, we begin tonight. An East Wenatchee home was the subject of a drug task force search this morning involving multiple agencies and yielding at least 2 arrests. The Columbia River Drug Task Force descended on the house in the 300 block of Eastmont Avenue. It was about 10 a.m. East Wenatchee Police Sergeant James Marshall says it's been the site of multiple citizen complaints and police calls in recent months.
The result of the search warrant is from an ongoing investigation over the last several months. This is kind of a known trouble spot for East Wenatchee.
About 8 officers from Wenatchee Valley departments were initially involved, but more arrived as police found 8 to 9 people inside the residence. 2 people were arrested on unrelated warrants. Marshall said the investigation is continuing. A 19-year-old hiker from Spokane fell to his death in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness over the weekend. Sean Mortenson's body was located Sunday after he'd been reported overdue from a day hike in the area of Three Queens. Kittitas County Sheriff's Office reports Mortenson had hiked into Spectacle Lake with his brother and another friend over the Labor Day weekend. On the morning of the 30th, Sean advised his brother that he was going to take a day hike towards Three Queens, which is located to the north of Spectacle Lake. He said he'd be gone for about 2 hours. When he had not returned by approximately 5 p.m., his brother and friend began to search the area and were unable to locate him. The next morning, the brother hiked out to the trailhead to get help after Sean failed to return. A search was launched, but the remoteness of the area and the extremely rugged terrain required the use of a U.S. Navy helicopter. Search efforts were suspended overnight, but the victim's body was located the next day at the base of a 150-foot slope. A 12-year-old Wenatchee middle school boy was arrested Monday after allegedly threatening to shoot up his school. Other Orchard Middle students who were playing a multiplayer online game with the boy reported the threats, according to Captain Edgar Reinfeld of the Wenatchee Police Department. When contacted by police, the boy said he was making a joke. But police do not take such things lightly, according to Reinfeld. The student was arrested on 1 count each of threat to bomb or injure property, both felonies. Well, late-season fires continue to plague Okanagan County firefighters. The latest was a field fire Tuesday afternoon that started after a combine caught fire off Highway 20 in the Big Valley area. Okanagan County Fire District 6 said traffic on the highway was tied up for about an hour before the fire was controlled. The fire district received assistance from the Department of Natural Resources and the Forest Service. The field's owner also was able to help with a disc line. Well, coming up next, a GoFundMe page has been set up to help Christian Johnson, the firefighter injured battling the spring coulee fire in Okanagan County on Sunday. Wenatchee School District will beef up its campus security this year with the addition of a second school resource officer. And Washington Governor Jay Inslee will be in Cashmere September 16th to help celebrate 2 grand openings at the Cashmere Mill District Business Park. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand. A time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community, and that's pretty useful for everyone. Make plans to attend the August 30th grand opening of the all-new Goodwill on Columbia Center Boulevard in Kennewick.
Welcome back. In another news, a GoFundMe page has been set up to help Christian Johnson, the firefighter injured battling the spring coulee fire back in Okanagan County on Sunday. The Okanagan County Fire District 3 Assistant Chief suffered second and third degree burns over 60% of his body and is in a medically induced coma at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. According to the GoFundMe page, doctors are trying to stabilize him so they can perform skin graft surgery, and he's facing 2 to 3 months in the intensive care unit. He is a U.S. Army veteran who served about 1.5 years in Iraq and has been a volunteer firefighter for more than 20 years. Johnson reportedly had left his brush truck on the north side of the fire when flames overtook him after coming over a hill. Wenatchee School District will beef up its campus security this year with the addition of a second school resource officer. A contract with the city of Wenatchee to hire another officer was approved by the school board at their meeting last week. The city and school district will share the cost equally. Superintendent Paul Gordon says it's the best move for the district, and that's the addition of a second school resource officer will allow for greater coverage of the middle and elementary schools, as well as increased parent engagement and student relationship building. Board member Laura Jake said in today's world, it's better to be safe than sorry.
I think this is a great, unique opportunity to partner with the city, and the city covering, a good portion of the cost for us. It's unfortunate that we live in a day and age where resource officers are needed in our district for the protection and safety of our staff and our students, but it's the reality that we live in. And like Sarah, I would feel terrible if something did happen and we had the opportunity to add this resource and we didn't do it.
That contract was approved by a unanimous vote. Meanwhile, Washington Governor Jay Inslee will be in Cashmere September 16th to help celebrate 2 grand openings at the Cashmere Mill District Business Park. The noon ribbon-cutting ceremony will recognize the first tenants of the business park, Blue Spirits Distillery and Hearst International. Blue Spirits Distillery will occupy 6,800 square feet, and Hearst, a fruit label printer and label equipment manufacturing business, about 6,500 square feet. The 2 buildings at the business park on a former mill site have a combined 32,000 square feet of space. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
If you want to work in IT, here's a tip. Employers value IT certifications. 91% say they play a key role in hiring. 72% require them for certain job openings. Improve your odds of getting the job. Enroll in the Computer Networking Systems program at Charter College. In 14 months, you could earn an associate degree and 6 IT certifications. Get started at chartercollegeIT.com, where we work to get you to work.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, Chelan County PUD appears poised to invest millions of dollars over the next 5 years on upgrades to its hydroelectric dams. The list of projects identified in the utility's strategic plan also includes improving reliability to customers, homes, and update customer service technology. NCWLIFE's Steve Hare tells us more.
General Manager Steve Wright says 2017 and 2018 were the PUD's best ever financial years. In a recent interview with NCWLIFE News, Wright said that 2019 will likely continue that trend. He says that wealth is being used for actions that should maintain the county's competitive advantage for long into the future.
There are always issues on the cost side as well. We've had unexpected breakdowns of units at Rocky Reach and Rock Island. We're in the process of working on those and really focused on the mantra that comes from our board to create the best value for the most people for the longest period of time. Trying to make sure that when we put fixes in place, that we're not putting short-term fixes in place, that we're putting bigger fixes that will work for a long period of time. And that's why our capital budgets are increasing. Our capital budgets are up substantially from what they were just 4 or 5 years ago, coming out of the strategic plan. The strategic plan said we want to invest in our assets, and so you can see that in our capital budgets. And this is why I say it's so important for customers to engage with us in this process, because strategic plans do really matter here at Chelan PUD. You can see it in terms of what we've done over the last few years, based on the objectives of the last plan, and we fully intend to be just as committed to implementing the highest priorities coming out of this plan.
Over the next 5 years, the PUD plans to build 7 new substations and expects to adopt smart meters that will help reduce outage time while at the same time providing customers more and better information.
So many people today live on their phones. Certainly my kids live on their phones. I watch them every day in terms of what they're doing. You can't really engage with us very well today on your phone. You should be able to. And what we want to be able to get to is a place where you can pay your bill online using your phone, using mobile apps of some kind. And in addition to that, we expect to be rolling out smart meters over the course of the next couple of years. And those smart meters will allow us to be able to understand better what's going on at your house, particularly when you have an outage, so that we know when you have an outage at the same time you know, and not after we wait for you to call us. That will allow us to restore service more quickly, and it allows you to better understand what the outage restoration time is likely to be, because we can get that up on an app very quickly. It's going to take us a few years to do that, but that's all within the time frame of this strategic planning period.
The plan also proposes rate of inflation level rate increases to protect against downside risks, such as price declines in the wholesale power market. 2 open houses are slated for Thursday and Friday in Wenatchee and Leavenworth, respectively. That's where customers can comment on the draft plan. Commissioners are slated to take final action on October 7th. Steve Hare, NCWLIFE News.
And time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. But before we get to those details, let's take a look outside our weather window. What a day. What a perfect early September day today as we look down from our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera. That's our cross camera, and all kinds of blue sky out there today. Temperatures were very comfortable with light winds out there. This is really a good time of year. I think most of us know that September is a beautiful weather month, especially here in the Wenatchee Valley and pretty much all over North Central Washington. Today's highs reflect that beautiful day. Unofficially at Pangborn Airport in Wenatchee, we topped off at about 85 degrees today. That's a little bit above where we should be for this time of year. 81 is our normal high temperature, so does a few clicks above where we should be. We started off well above where we should be as far as lows go. 65 this morning, 56 is normal. 97 our record high temperature set back in 1988. 1996 the year for our record low. That was a chilly 44 degrees. Still at 4.73 inches of precipitation. That could change as we get to our forecast. We'll tell you about that in a second. Sunrise at 6:23, sunset tonight. Boy, just after 7:30 now at 7:35. Let's take a look at what's happening down in the southeast. This is Hurricane Dorian, just off the coast of Georgia right here, packing winds of 105 miles an hour. Category 2 hurricane right now. It's slowly moving north along the Atlantic coastline, and by the time it hits South Carolina and North Carolina, we could be talking some major damage as far as flooding goes. High tide there. We're talking South Carolina mainly as this storm continues to move to the north, and we will keep you updated on that over the next 24 to 48 hours. Back here at home for our Thursday, a little different scenario back in the Pacific Northwest. We will enjoy a beautiful day once again tomorrow. Some increasing clouds throughout the day, but all in all, 91 at Moses Lake, 90 the high temperature in Ephrata, Wenatchee, Quincy, 89 degrees, as well as Cashmere, 78 for you folks up in Lake Wenatchee, and a beautiful day in Omak with tomorrow's high temperature there at 90 degrees. Now let's put that surface loop in motion and show you what you can expect over the next 7 days. Tonight, clear skies. We'll see light winds out there and mild temperatures as we still see a big dome of high pressure all over almost all of the western United States. There is this area of low pressure, though, spinning off the coast of British Columbia that will begin to affect our weather by late tomorrow. A 20% chance of showers, increasing clouds, but boy, it's still going to be hot for Thursday with high temperatures, upper 80s for most of us around the areas. We just showed you 90 for you folks in Moses Lake. And then Friday, things begin to change a little bit. A morning shower is possible, partly cloudy skies and cooler as this area of low pressure begins to dig a trough now in the Pacific Northwest, and that allows storminess to move in on us and some cooler temperatures. We will see that as we move, not so much Saturday, but later in the weekend. Sunday, mostly cloudy skies, a 20% chance for showers and much cooler. Instead of a big ridge of high pressure, we are now in a trophy situation, and you can see all of the shower activity around the western United States on Sunday, and that will move right into Monday too. Mostly cloudy skies for us Monday, 20% chance for showers, and much cooler. In fact, by Monday, folks, we're talking high temperatures about 5 to 6 degrees below normal, only in the middle 70s, and that will continue into our Tuesday with mostly cloudy skies, a 20% chance for showers, and cool as we are now, as I mentioned, in a trough situation with another storm lined up out in the Pacific that will affect our weather past Tuesday, probably about Thursday of next week. So enjoy these next few warm days. Let's take a look now at your 7-day quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to 60 degrees, 85 right on the money for our high temperature today, up to 89 with increasing clouds tomorrow. It will be a warm one. We're not ruling out a late night, even overnight sprinkle on Thursday night. More likely Friday morning as you make that morning commute. Partly cloudy skies, 86 the high Friday. A beautiful low temperature of 65 by then. 84 on Saturday to kick off our weekend. Partly cloudy skies. A nice day for the most part too on Sunday with partly cloudy skies and mild conditions. We will see maybe a sprinkle or two develop late in the day on Sunday. For Monday, partly cloudy. Big changes though. Temperature wise, a 20% chance of rain and only 76 for our high. And then a carbon copy for Tuesday. Partly cloudy, a 20% chance of rain with a high temperature on Tuesday of 76. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz in for Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Some jobs are a calling. They take passion and a devotion to the community. They're here for your kids, guiding the next generation of leaders. At Giza Credit Union, we help you support local teachers. Every purchase you make with a Giza Local Heroes Affinity debit card, we make a donation to select teacher organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the Giza Teachers Affinity debit card.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
My first experience with CVCH, I had to come in with my daughter by myself with a cut in my hand that required stitches. And the care and compassion of CVCH was really significant, that they took the care and compassion and made me feel more as a human instead of just a patient there. The care they have for their community all around, inside and outside the clinic, is what I feel like is different. And that's what makes me want to come back to CVCH and recommend them to my friends and family.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm Dan Kuntz, filling in for Eric Granstrom. My good friend will be back in this chair tomorrow talking about the ever-widening world of sports. We'll start out with the Seattle Mariners. Nicholas Castellanos homered and drove in 4 runs. The Cubs topping the Seattle Mariners last night. The final there was 6-1. John Lester escaped 3 bases-loaded jams while working 6 innings for his second straight win. Daniel Vogelbach's pinch hit RBI base hit in the 8th inning was Seattle's only run. Seattle has now lost 4 of their last 5. Felix Hernandez lasted just 3 innings in his 3rd start since coming off the injured list. Remember, he had that bad right shoulder, missed almost 4 months of baseball, and he looked like it last night. Ben Zobrist reached twice, scored 2 runs in his first major league action since he left the team back in May to be with his family while going through a divorce. And obviously the folks in Chicago missed him because his first at-bat, Zobrist, got a standing ovation from the big crowd at Wrigley Field. Castellanos has 12 homers and 24 RBIs in just 31 games since he was acquired in a trade with Detroit back on July 31st. It was his 23rd homer overall this year. A couple of roster moves for the Mariners. They recalled infielder Shed Long and right-hander Zach Grotz from AAA Tacoma. They both played last night. Grotz worked the 8th inning, and Long popped out as a pinch hitter in the 9th. The Mariners have today off, and it's off to take on the American League West leading Houston Astros for a 4-game set beginning on Thursday. Former Apple Sox Marco Gonzalez will take the mound for the M's. Well, the rankings in this week's AP football poll are out, and they remain pretty much like they were last week. As a matter of fact, the top 25, they went 23-0 against unranked teams. Now, the Washington Huskies, despite their 33-point blowout over Eastern Washington, they actually dropped a spot for number 13 and number 14. Utah is now the highest-ranked Pac-12 team at number 13. Oregon, they dropped 5 places after losing to Auburn. They're number 16 now. Washington State moved up from number 23 to number 22, and Stanford from the Pac-12 hopped up 2 spots to number 23. The top 7 remained unchanged from last week, and there are just 2 games this Saturday between ranked teams. Number 6 LSU will take on number 9 Texas in Austin, and number 12 Texas A&M travels to number 1 Clemson. Seahawks coach Pete Carroll heaped praise on the newest arrival for the Seahawks, Jadeveon Clowney. This was at his Monday's press conference. Coach Carroll told the assembled media that Clowney has all the tools that's needed to be a successful defensive lineman.
He's a rare football player. He's got special skills that most guys just don't have, and it's great quickness, his reaction time, his the length that he can use, his ability to run. his instincts. See, he's made a lot of plays in the backfield over the years, and instinctive plays, penetrating and getting and causing problems. And we plan to allow him to do that in our scheme, and it'll fit really well with what we're doing. And we saw a great fit, whether it's early downs or third down stuff. So he's pretty much got what you're looking for.
Can't wait for Sunday afternoon. Seahawks and the Bengals kick it off to start the 2019 Seahawks season. Finally, a friendly reminder, tune in tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. It's our hour-long fall preview special. It's hour-long. Eric Granstrom, our sports director, is the host. You'll see and hear his conversations with head coach Scott Devereaux of the Wenatchee Panthers, Michael Don of the Eastmont Wildcats, Dom Coffin, head coach of the Cascade Kodiaks, and Brian Bremer of the Cashmere Bulldogs. The perfect primer for the upcoming prep football season, which kicks off, of course, Friday night. And we will have football on Friday night with the Wenatchee Panthers hosting the Mount Si Wildcats right here live and in color on the NCWLIFE channel. If you can't make it out to leave off the field at the Apple Bowl Friday night, you can watch the game right here. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Wednesday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And recapping tonight's top story, an East Wenatchee home was the subject of a drug task force search this morning. It involved multiple agencies and yielded at least 2 arrests. The Columbia River Drug Task Force descended on the house in the 300 block of Eastmont Avenue about 10 a.m. East Wenatchee Police Sergeant James Marshall says it's been the site of multiple citizen complaints and police calls in recent months.
The result of the search warrant is from an ongoing investigation over the last several months. This is kind of a known trouble spot for East Wenatchee.
About 8 officers from Wenatchee Valley departments were initially involved, but more arrived as police found 8 to 9 people inside that small residence. 2 people were arrested on unrelated warrants. Marshall said the investigation is continuing. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.
Hi, I'm JD Taylor from Elite Hoop Effects, and you are watching the NCW Life channel.